Quick question, when was the last time you rotated your phone to watch a video? Exactly, you didn't, because it's 2025 and rotating your phone feels like work. And if there's one thing we've established about humans is that we'd rather suffer through a badly formatted video than move our thumbs an extra inch. But here's the problem, content creators are still arguing about whether vertical or horizontal videos are better, and if there's a single answer. Spoiler, there isn't. Hi, I'm Victor from Vidpros, and today I'm going to explain why this debate is dumb, when each format actually matters, and how to stop making videos that look terrible on the exact platform you're posting them on. Let's go. First, let's kill the confusion. Vertical video is 1916 aspect ratio, phone orientation, tall, takes up your whole screen when you're scrolling TikTok at 2 AM wondering where your life went wrong. Horizontal video is 16:9, landscape, the way literally every movie and TV show has been filmed since forever. Wide, cinematic, what your grandparents call normal video. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Neither format is objectively better. Anyone telling you vertical is the future and horizontal is dead, they're selling something. Anyone saying horizontal is professional and vertical is for amateurs, they haven't opened TikTok in 5 years. The truth is brutally simple. The right format depends on 3 things: where you're posting, who's watching, and what you're trying to show them. Use the wrong format and your content dies. Not because it's bad content, but because it's literally fighting against how people want to consume it. It's like serving soup in a colander. Sure, you made soup, but nobody's eating it. Vertical video absolutely dominates mobile. And before you say, well, obviously, let me hit you with this. Over half of all internet traffic is mobile now. That's not a trend, that's the entire internet. TikTok, Instagram stories, YouTube shorts, Snapchat, they're built for vertical. Not because it's trendy, because that's how humans hold their phones. We're lazy, we're comfortable, we're not rotating anything unless it's absolutely necessary. And brands figure this out fast. Sephora runs vertical tutorials on Instagram stories. Nike drops vertical product launches. Red Bull posts vertical extreme sports clips that make your heart rate spike even on a tiny screen. These aren't small companies experimenting. These are massive brands that spent millions figuring out what actually works. The format forces focus. When you've got vertical framing, you can't hide. There's nowhere for the eye to wander. You're locked in on one person, one product, one message. That's why it works for tutorials, testimonials, and anything where you need someone's full attention for 30 seconds. Plus, and this is huge, it's stupid easy to create. Pull out your phone, record, done. You don't need special equipment, you don't need a tripod, you don't need to think about complex framing, point and shoot. The barrier to entry is basically non-existent, which is why TikTok has 1 billion users making content instead of just watching it. But vertical has limits. Try filming a landscape in vertical and watch how much you have to pan around just to capture what horizontal would show in one shot. Try filming a group of people and suddenly you're choosing who gets cut out of frame. Horizontal video gives you space, real estate, room to breathe. It's why every movie ever made uses it. It's why nature documentaries use it. It's why tech reviewers like MKBHD use it when breaking down a new phone or showing off a workspace setup. You need width for content. Travel vlogs showing mountain ranges. Car reviews showing the whole vehicle. Gaming content showing the full screen. Group interviews. Anything where the environment matters as much as the subject. Horizontal lets you include everything without making viewers feel like they're watching through a mail slot. And if your audience watches on desktops, laptops, or smart TVs, horizontal isn't optional, it's mandatory. YouTube was built on 16:9. Most of its users still watch on larger screens where vertical video looks like a weird blackberry mistake. Long-form content, tutorials, documentaries, video essays, basically anything over 2 minutes, horizontal just feels right because that's what we've been conditioned to expect from professional content. There's also a psychological thing happening. Horizontal reads as serious, polished, intentional. When Apple launches a new iPhone, they use horizontal video because it looks premium. When Tesla shows off a car, it's horizontal because it lets them control the entire visual experience. Vertical feels casual and spontaneous, which is great for social media, but when you need gravitas, when you need this is important and you should pay attention, horizontal wins. Here's where most people mess up. They make one video and try to post it everywhere, and then they wonder why it performs great on TikTok but dies on YouTube or crushes on Instagram but gets ignored on LinkedIn. And different platforms favor different formats. This isn't opinion. This is how algorithms work. TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, these are vertical first platforms. Their algorithms literally boost vertical content because that's what users expect. Post horizontal there and you're either getting black bars or the sides making your video look tiny, or you're getting cropped in weird ways that cut off important parts of your shot. YouTube's main feed, still horizontal. Sure, they added shorts, but the bulk of watch time and ad revenue comes from traditional 16:9 videos. Post vertical there as your main content and you're leaving money on the table. The player doesn't know what to do with it. Desktop viewers get confused. The whole experience feels off. Facebook and LinkedIn fall somewhere in between. They'll show both formats, but their feeds are designed for horizontal or square video. Vertical works, but it doesn't get the same priority. Twitter or X, or whatever we're calling it this week, I don't know. Honestly, it's chaos. Both formats work depending on who's seeing it and what device they're on, which basically means nobody knows what they're doing there anyway. The point is, platform matters more than your personal preference. You can make the most beautiful vertical video ever created, but if you're posting it as your main YouTube content, you just wasted your time. Let's talk about what you're actually filming, because that matters as much as where you're posting. Quick content, under 60 seconds, fast-paced, attention-grabbing, vertical wins every single time. Tutorials where you're showing your face and talking, product demos where you're holding something up to the camera, behind-the-scene clips, quick tips, memes, reactions, anything designed to be consumed fast while someone's scrolling. Why? Because vertical fills the screen. There's no wanted space. Every pixel is working to keep that person watching instead of scrolling to the next thing. The second you add black bars or force them to rotate their device, you've lost them. Long form content, anything over 2 minutes. Horizontal almost always makes more sense. Educational content, detailed breakdowns, storytelling, interview with multiple people, gaming, commentary videos, anything you're asking someone to settle in and actually watch instead of just glancing while they're waiting in line at Starbucks. Horizontal gives you flexibility in editing. You can do split screen, picture-in-picture, B-roll cutaways, text overlays that don't cover the subject's face. Vertical forces you into a narrow creative box. Sometimes that box is perfect, sometimes it's limiting. Here's a rule of thumb. If someone would watch your content on a TV, make it horizontal. If they'd only ever watch it on their phone while doing something else, make it vertical. If you're not sure, you probably need both versions. Now let's address the elephant in the room. Editing videos for multiple formats is annoying. Shooting vertical and then trying to export horizontal means cropping or adding fake backgrounds. Shooting horizontal and trying to export vertical means cutting off half your frame or doing that zoom and pan thing that makes viewers seasick. Some creators shoot everything horizontal and then crop to vertical for social media. This works if you planned your framing correctly. If you didn't, you're now cutting off important visual information or making everything look weirdly zoomed in. Other creators shoot vertical first and just accept that horizontal platforms aren't their priority. This works if your audience is exclusive mobile. If they're not, you're alienating a chunk of potential viewers. The smart play: decide your primary platform before you film, then optimize for that. Want to be on TikTok? Film vertical. Want to be on YouTube main? Film horizontal. Trying to be on both equally? You need to either film twice or work with someone who knows how to reframe content properly. And here's the brutal truth. Most free editing apps are terrible at handling both formats well. iMovie and InShot work fine for basic vertical edits, but the second you need precision, transitions, or anything remotely professional, you're fighting against tools that weren't designed for serious work. So which format would you use? Ask yourself 3 questions. 1. Where does my audience actually watch content? If they're primarily on their phone scrolling social media, vertical. If they're on computers or watching long-form content, horizontal. 2. What platform am I prioritizing? Match the format to the platform's preference. Don't fight the algorithm. 3. What am I filming? Quick mobile content goes vertical. Detailed, cinematic, or wide shots go horizontal. Stop trying to make one format work everywhere. Stop filming one way and hoping it magically looks good on every platform. And for the love of everything, stop posting horizontal videos on TikTok and wondering why they're not performing. Match format to platform and audience. And that's it. That's the secret. But here's the thing, even after you figure out which format to use, you still have to actually edit the video. And if you're creating content for multiple platforms, you're now editing multiple versions of the same video, which is about as fun as doing texts while someone reads YouTube comments out loud. That's exactly what Vidpros solves. We're offering a $100 trial, 1 full week of professional editing. You can get 8 to 10 short form videos or 1 long form video edited. Your choice. But here's what matters. We understand format optimization. You send us your footage, tell us which platform you're targeting, and we handle creating properly formatted versions that actually look good on each platform. Not lazy crops, not weird black bars, actual professional reformatting that treats each platform as its own thing. While you're stuck in Premiere Pro trying to remember how to export vertical video without it looking compressed and weird, we're already done and uploaded. You focus on creating content, we focus on making sure it looks right wherever it needs to go. Professional editing that understands platform requirements means your content performs better. Better framing means better retention. Better retention means better growth. Check the link in the description and stop wrestling with aspect ratios. Vertical versus horizontal isn't a war, it's a toolbox. Use the right tool for the right job. Stop overthinking it. Start matching format to platform, and for the love of everything, stop posting videos that look terrible because you couldn't be bothered to think about where people are actually going to watch them. Now go make something that fits the screen, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.